how are you? Well, last week was Hurricon, and this week, well, we're a week removed, and I made a video and I wanted to share it with you, and I figured I'd do it here on a Saturday. It's a War and Pieces video, yes it is, but it's about 3D printing. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear things and stuff like that, but I really wanted you to take a look at some of these machines, and I'm amazed by this 3D printing thing all of a sudden, and it might be something that I might venture into at some point. Right now, I'm trying to learn as much as I can about it, but I wanted to share Jeff's vision of it as I asked and looked at all the neat things that you can do printing 3D files. Now this is amazing stuff and some amazing things that you can do. So without further ado, why don't you check it out? Here's the video on it. Leave it in the comments at the end of the video what you think, or maybe there's more about 3D printing that I don't know about. And just, hey, we've got a great topic here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Till, well, next time. It's your old pal Rob. Let's go check out the...
Now, every year I come here, and this guy gets more and more complicated. A friend of mine, Jeff, really has come... 3D printing has gotten to the point where these things are just ridiculous now. I mean, take a look at this dice box he created. Not only that, but storage solutions. We used to have magnets to put all this stuff on. Now you can just pop this out, pick it up, and everything slides out. Look at this. That's ridiculous. Okay? So now painting solutions are totally different. Buildings are ridiculous. Look at this thing. I mean, really. You gotta be kidding me. But look at this setup. I mean, I feel like they can create like a person here. I mean, look at some of this stuff here. Look at these tanks. I'm actually gonna get down here a little bit because I think we're just gonna make this one segment, for crying out loud. I'm just amazed at some of this stuff. This is from a 3D printer. All right, it's light as anything. It's not brittle. Heck, I've seen companies make worse products, for crying out loud. Look at this. Look at this building. You just get a file and then print it out, and you're off and running. Now, how much does it cost to do this? Well, I would like to know that. I don't think it's that much. But look at these tanks. I mean, these are pretty detailed. I don't know. We may have to buy one of these things. First of all, this is the filament, I guess, and it goes into the machine, and then the machine just does basically what that tells it to do. There's the blueprint, and they're making a building over there. All right. I mean, look at this. That's all 3D printed. Now, I'm missing something here. I mean, look at this. I mean, just unbelievable. All right, we're gonna ask some questions here. All right, Jeff, what the heck? I mean, look, this is pretty elaborate. For a normal person that just walks up, I mean, how does this work?
The plotting part of it?
Well, you get a file,
right,
like you got here.
So you get an STL file. You can get them from Thingiverse or various places. Some people do. They'll do a Kickstarter on a particular project that covers this period of time, and they'll do several files. So you get the file, and what you're going to do is need to slice it using a slicer. Various programs, many of them are free.
Right.
Cura is a good one that a lot of people use, and then you run it through that program, and what it does is it turns that file into individual layers, and then you tell it how high you want your layer,
right,
the filament diameter that you want, a lot of the parameters around the amount of detail that you want it to retain. Some things can be run at a crude detail of a higher, less resolution.
Right.
Or you could go down to 0.1 or 0.08, and that gets you some super fine detail, but might take longer.
Right.
So you balance the detail with what your needs are. Like those were plotted at a lower resolution. resolution, right? Because
But they still look great.
they're large and bulky. But maybe something like this you're going to plot at 0.1.
Okay.
So you get all that fine detail that's there. And
So how many pieces? Does it print in that one piece?
I think, no, it looks like the wheels were separate.
Right.
And a lot of the nuance about it is it plots things very well vertically.
Yeah.
The sides it tends to not do so well, but by removing the wheels or having the wheels separate. But something like this was all one piece. There were no separate pieces there. I think maybe that I'm lying. This was a two-piece. So the treads plotted flat on the bed this way because you could get all that fine detail in it. And then this hull plotted better vertically, so you got all that detail. I mean, the gun barrel was all one piece there too.
That's amazing.
So the amount of intricate detail.
So how much would it cost to print something like this?
75 cents maybe.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And then this is how fine a detail you can get on the internal mechanisms of a gun at this scale, right? And it pivots, right? So it just balance the time with the detail. And then you can, some vehicles had separate kind of weapon attachments or configurations that.
So it's a matter of just puzzling it out so it builds itself.
It's a hobby that involves mechanical aspects, design aspects if you're into that.
And it's a whole hobby into itself.
Right. So it's the whole 9 yards, and then it's, of course you can play with the stuff that you create.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
It allows you to do things at various scales because you can do things at 15 millimeter, and then if you want to plot something for skirmish that might be bigger, you just plot it at 28 and marry those figures with what you've got, and it gives you a lot more versatility as far as what you've got. And they're super cheap, like for $1. Dollar in material is ridiculous. So
and the printers here, these devices here are getting cheaper and cheaper.
Right. So this was like maybe 150 for this.
Okay.
You could do a lot of stuff with this plotter here. You can tell the print bed might start to get extreme, and you're starting to do some kind of manjangling there. And so maybe this plotter would be the plotter for large things. So if you're into the hobby, you're probably thinking maybe I want a big one for big format things and a smaller one to plot almost a whole ton of stuff, because how big only
the smaller one's going to go a lot faster
tank
too.
Is this is 28, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, this can handle a lot. And they're very fast. Your bed is heating up fast, and if you get two, you're plotting two at the same time. You're plotting the hull on one and the turret on another.
Right.
Whereas this is dedicated to more long
to one thing.
This might take 8 hours, 10 hours, 2 days, right?
Right.
Bigger stuff.
Now, how much would something like that cost?
This one was more expensive. This was more like $800.
But I mean, to make that.
This was. I can't imagine this was more than $2, maybe.
Ridiculous.
Maybe. I could, slice it and tell you, because the slicer will actually tell you how much material it'll take, what it'll cost based on your, I pay $20 a roll, but you can print a significant amount of stuff because it's all hollow or thin wall, and the technology around it is such that. In a plastic extrusion or a solid casting is using way more material than this does because it's all hollow.
Right.
And it's lightweight, almost.
But I mean, I'm looking at these tanks. These are ridiculous.
Right.
And I was showing everybody the solutions that you had for holding miniatures. I mean, that's brilliant unto itself.
So those all fit into a paper box. Figures just slide in. You don't have magnets. You don't have steel and magnetic things holding them together. And they're easy to organize because you can put them on one tote as this group of figures. And when you put them away, you can just hand out the tote and then you just throw them in the box.
And look at this thing. Holy cow. Amazing. Well, thanks for your time, brother.
You got it.
I appreciate it. This is amazing. Don't get me started with this stuff.
If you're into I drew up that house. I'm working on some buildings that I want to do for different periods. So if if that part of the hobby attracts you, you can
do that.
This is free program.
Right.
It's excellent. It does everything to do. And then you can even take files that you get from elsewhere, import them into that, and edit them if you wanted to make them different.
Unbelievable. Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for showing us. I really appreciate it. This is amazing. That's all I need is another hobby.
There you go.
All right. We'll see you guys later.